Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. I think this is
Hello, and Happy New Year, finally. Finally, we're back. Thank you so much for the concerns. Some guys message us and say, what's going on, guys? Why there is no videos? We just took some vacation time off, and now we're ready to rock this year. Rock it like to this year.
Yeah. Now, we're going to do like a COVID update. It's kind of like a tradition.
Yeah. Everything is awesome in Ukraine, guys. Everything is closed. So we do have a lockdown till 24th of January. And everybody's asking me like, Luba, why 24th of January? What is going on? Of course, nobody knows, but there's a little funny fact about that. Our president's birthday is on 25th. So guess why? Yeah, because at the moment it seems that all the restaurants are closed. So maybe he wants to have celebration, post it online, but he can't. So I mean, maybe it's a joke, but maybe it's just part of a joke. Yes, to be honest, things are closed. A lot of businesses works online. Everybody try to, sell stuff online, food, clothes, everything. Everything has giant discounts. Usually in January, they don't start discounts for clothing and shoes and etc. But now it's like up to 90%. So it is good time to buy something if you have money. And, I thought it will be a little bit more problematic, like schools are closed. I think kindergartens are working. I thought it will be more like upset people about that, but people just take it like they can't really change much about that. So we're just waiting for the end of that, and that's it. So I'm not checking the statistic, to be honest, because you know why. And yes, people get sick, they recover. You still have to wear masks if you go to the public places, but at the moment only shops, gas stations, pharmacies are working. And in Kyiv, of course, there's like about 10 or 15 restaurants that are working under the table, if you can say that. So if you are in Kyiv and you really need to know these restaurants, just message us privately and I will share, because some businesses, they just can't be closed. So it is.
Okay, cool. Okay, thank you everyone for joining us. Ideal man, slight angle, wealthiest man, what a man. Can you hear us okay? Just making sure the microphone, someone using the microphone, so hopefully it sounds okay. If it's not, just let us know. That's pretty much it, really. Everything else is the same. Actually, it's been snowing. I woke up the other day and everything was covered in snow, which was quite nice, until about 10 o'clock. The snow was brown and slushy and horrible. But up until that point there, it was quite angelic. Okay.
Yeah, first time in my life, I seen the temperature for because I changed it when I talked to some guys. They said, oh, how much it is in the Fahrenheit. So I changed it on my phone, and it's actually interesting. So we have 10, but it feels like -6, and it's my first time ever that I remember in Odessa, like that cold of a weather, that in Fahrenheit it feels like -6. I never seen in Fahrenheit like minus. So it's pretty cold. It's pretty cold, but they say that this cold will stay only for 4 days. And in about 4 days, it will get warmer and spring is coming. So time to make your plans for visiting Ukraine.
Speaking of which, okay, so the topic of this video today is what we've come up with in the last, I guess, 6 weeks or so, maybe month or two, something like that, in regards to providing some other services. And I guess probably the best way to say how we came up with this, right, is that, I mean, Luba's been doing like these individual tours, I suppose, with her clients for years and years, and I guess I was the one that was like, no, let's like keep it nice and simple. And so we had our sort of plan to do that, and that for me sounded pretty good. And I didn't feel confident on that side of things, even though Luba kept telling me that everything is, don't worry about it, I can do it, it's fine. Anyway, so we had a client who contacted us who was actually at another agency at the time, and a very well-known one as well. And he was really struggling there. And Luba would get off the phone with him. He was paying us for some other services. Luba would get off the phone with him. She's like, I just need to take him. I can find him a wife. I can find him a good lady. And then it sort of come about from that, really. And then
Did you say that face?
What? Yes.
Did you say with that face?
Actually, you were more aggressive, I think. I tried to dull it down a bit for the guys.
Ukrainian woman.
So that's basically where it came from. So we sat down and we said, okay, well, if we were going to do this, instead of coming up with a product and shoving it down people's throats and saying, this is what you want, let's have a think about everything that we've learned over the last year with dealing with so many guys, some of you guys as well. What was the problems that you guys were having? Because we reckon about 60% of our clients have come from other companies. Successful companies, but like well-known companies, bigger agencies that you guys would know. They've come from there and they've said, this is what the problem is. As you know, I've used a few of these as well, and there are some holes in it, and we thought these holes are pretty easy to fix. And I've always said that from the start, why don't I just do this, this, and this? So it was time for us to, I guess for me at least, to put my money where my mouth was and try and solve the problems. So that's what we were working on last year. So we kind of, we had to sort of identify the groups of guys that do this, because some guys want this, some guys want this down here, some don't want anything at all. So we had to sort of put these, and it came up to three types of guys that we were put into three different categories of guys going over to Ukraine to do some dating. Now, Luba.
Luba? Yes. It was, like when they do the live stream, they do this like, hello, can you hear me? Yeah. Yes.
So let's talk about the three groups of guys that we identified that would fit into these. Most guys doing this will fit into one of these three categories, or none at all, because they're not interested in working with the company.
Yeah, I just want to stop a little bit more on that, like how we come with that. Yes, Striker is right that, when we start like doing this project, obviously like, it's even for me difficult to call like business or work, because like we enjoy the process so much. And I just, a few minutes ago, I got one of the most incredible feedback about my particular work in my 11 years. Like, honestly, I was sitting there crying and I thought I need to put myself together. I need to go live now. But like, I'm really touched, and this guy's probably watching the video now. Like, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to help you, and I'm happy that I was there for you, and I'm still here. So we seen the thing that a lot of guys were asking, like, oh, because we kind of talk about this wing woman stuff, right? And a lot of guys were asking, so will Luba actually go? And at the beginning of the Heart Rocket, I really say myself and Striker that I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. I kind of like did it before, and so I'm good at that, I think, but I still like, it's not that I want to stay here and I want to do something else. And then these guys in November actually, they come up, and I just felt that if not me, then who? Honestly, maybe it's not shy to say, but it's how I felt. I felt that if I'm not gonna help, like, and they are not helped by somebody else, so who gonna do it? Like, if it's not me and Striker. And we see their problem. We see the problem that these agencies, they literally like just close their eyes. It's impossible. Like, I'm sure that it's impossible to not see the problem, but I just think that they care less, or they just don't want to do it, or they don't want to be bothered. Because sometimes, even like little things like insurance, how, like, they didn't even explain that, if we will, right? Like, they didn't even explain to the guy where he can get it, and they not provide it. So little things like that to make your travel more simple, more easy, less stress. Like, they didn't help with that. And so over the year, basically 6th of March was the day when we like launched the Heart Rocket. So almost a year, we talked to hundreds and hundreds of guys. I don't know, maybe we did like 300 calls or something like that. And all these guys, like, they were very different, but we decided to, and they all have different, I don't want to call that problems, but issues, right? Like different inconvenience with Ukraine. Either they've been in Ukraine or they not. Because some guys were saying like, but even yesterday we have a guy who say like, but it's not safe in Ukraine, right? And I said, who said you, like, who told you that? And he say, no, I just assumed that Ukraine, it's not safe place to travel. And like, we heard that with Striker maybe like 20 times over a year, right? Like, the guys think that Ukraine is not safe to travel. And other guys say that, oh, I feel like home in Ukraine. I just need some support to arrange my dates, because I always choose the wrong girls. So I can do myself. I enjoy Ukraine. I know where to eat. I know tam Puzata Khata or something like that. I like to stay in an apartment that I stayed in Kyiv or Kharkov. I just need help like on matchmaking. And there were guys who are kind of like, maybe talking to some girls on different websites, and they kind of coming to see the girl, but they have some bug inside them thinking, am I doing right? Like, everything is correct. So they want to be educated. So there is a hard target course for that, to educate guys to get to know about Ukraine, no matter what they're gonna do. Are they gonna come by themselves? Are they coming with us? Are they coming to particular girl that they already met, or they just going to meet? So, and then we, like, when we was seeing these guys, we thought, Striker, there's three type of guys that need three different type of product. We can't sell like one product. We need to have, right? Am I right, Striker?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and we thought like, okay, these guys need that, these guys need this, and this is like, how simple is that to just put it in three different sectors, like, and it's even looked like terrible, but I have like this little note here, like three type of guys and three type of services that we provide. So
Yeah.
if you will let us, we would like to share with you what we come to, right?
Yeah. So
Before
okay.
that, maybe guys, like, if you have any questions for now, like
Yeah,
about
let's just welcome everyone in here. Who's here?
if there's any
Awesome.
questions
Yeah, the concept, the
about
monk.
traveling to Ukraine.
Milan.
Yes, we have
Dave,
a call
I'll
with
face to face with you guys tomorrow. Oh, cool. Okay. We look forward to it. Sweet as. Okay, thanks guys for joining us here. Whether you're thinking about
If you
going
have any questions, just like, let's briefly just say your question, and we're gonna start talking about our tours,
Well,
because guys,
just ask the questions because they come up. Like, I don't know, it's a delay, but we'll start going. Right. So basically, what we've divided into, we've come up with three different products. One is called the Solo Mission, which is quite self-explanatory, but there's a little bit more to it. The next one is we call Rocket Match, and the next one is a Rocket Tour. So, do you want to explain that, Eva?
yeah, we can. I will. Guys, I like this. What you started. I don't know. JD started. Just message where you from. Like, it's actually cool because there are guys from
cool.
Texas, Los Angeles, New York. It's kind of super cool. Yeah, just put your state or your city or your country. It's actually very interesting. Thank you for the one who started. So yes, solo mission. What does it mean? Solo mission. It is when you join the hard rocket and you get your basic package. So it is hard rocket course plus 1 month of support, plus directory. Striker, tell me if I miss something. Directory. You get 3 agencies that we work with, legit agencies, and you get very interesting new creation that we've got. It is Rocket Match Plus. It means that you have access to 500 English-speaking girls. They are all over Ukraine: Kiev, Kharkov, Dnipro, Zaporozhye, Rivne, any Belarus, yes, different cities and country as well. So, and you have access to see these girls and talk to them before you arrive. So this is like, this package is created for the guys who either already talk to the girls somewhere on some other website, and like maybe it's even letter writing. We're not supported, but still, it happens sometimes. And you would like to have maybe a plan B. You want to try something else, and also you want to be educated. So you get the course, and this is our like main thing that we want all of our guys to get it. And everybody, trust me, we soon will come up with a page where the guys describe their feelings and feedback about us. But they are talking that even the guy who been here 3 times and then he got the course, they still find something new. And this year we're gonna even like maybe add some new stuff to that we got inspired by guys over the years. So this is the solo mission. Striker, what you have to add?
Yeah, basically that's what it is. It's for the guy who doesn't want to spend a lot of money, like go all out. Maybe he just wants to get his feet wet, I suppose you could call it, and just go over there. So he can use these agencies. Now we've got a lot of agencies that we work with, but we're not going to throw them all in there because all agencies have. We did a video a while ago about draw card girls, non-serious girls, all that sort of stuff, right? And so what we found is that when we were doing it the other way, there were so many dates being facilitated all over the place. For Luba to keep an eye on all of that, that was almost another service in itself. But we couldn't charge for that because was all part of the same buying the course. So what we try to do is we try to make it so that it can be fully managed by themselves. These agencies, we know, they respect us, and we are very certain nothing bad's going to happen, but we're still there anyway if anything bad happens. Throughout those agencies, I don't know how many, a couple of thousand ladies, maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing at that stage. But so you work directly with those agencies, you can contact them through your account, send the profile, same way as the old mission support was working. The directory is so that when you go over there by yourself, you'll find it easy to navigate throughout the cities to find restaurants. You can filter, I want a French restaurant, I want something for lunch, I want something romantic, and it will give you all that stuff, so you can do it on the fly through your account. We do have the blacklist in there as well, but the blacklist is going to have to change now because of COVID. A lot of these scam restaurants have closed down, and in fact, my favourite scam restaurant just changed their name, didn't they, in Odessa? The one that got me like years and years ago, they just changed their name. Obviously, there's a bit of bad thing around it, but still, it's probably the same scam place, I suppose. And then when Luba says about the support, so this package here, all of that stuff there, the course and everything, you get it for a lifetime. So if you do one trip and it doesn't work, you can go back over it, and you can go back over the next year or a few years later or whatever. You have lifetime access to that. When you sign up, we will have a Zoom call with you. That's included in that as well, and we will listen to your background, your story, what's happened, what are you doing, are you dating a woman, is there some problem, and we'll give you the best advice that we can at that stage, similar to like a consultation, or same as a consultation call. And you'll also have a month of email support directly backwards and forwards when you're planning your trip. So as soon as you sign up, you're planning your trip, we can give you advice. Don't go there, that place is more expensive, that place is this, blah, blah, blah. We can help you decide what city is the best. So that's basically it. That's the solo mission. That's just for someone who wants to just go on a solo mission, doesn't need our support, is happy to just go and do it by himself, but still does the course. So everyone that we deal with has to do the course. They have to, otherwise it's just too hard for us to basically deal with it. We'll be explaining everything all the way along. So the second one is Rocket Match. So this one here is a service that some of the popular agencies kind of do. We won't name which one, but they're kind of like sort of boutiques. But so basically what it is that you will get, Luba will matchmake you without our full network of agencies of 12. Am I right in saying 12? 12 matches?
15.
Oh, 15. Oh, yeah, that's right. We changed it. So 15 matches throughout Ukraine, wherever it is. You can also use Rocket Match Plus as well, which means that, so Rocket Match Plus, I think Luba just explained it, but there's a criteria that the ladies have to speak English, so there's no translator, so you don't have to pay any translator fees. There is a fee you got to pay for the facilitation of that with the agency. That's the way that it is. They have to make money. We want them to make money, so they don't scam. So that's how that works there. And they have to be willing to have the first date over Skype. We've talked about this before. I wasn't sure that this was going to be very popular. It turned out that I was wrong, and it was very popular. And there's even guys like that started dating, and they went and met somewhere else in the world. So
yeah, we have a I don't want to call it a success story yet, but it's a pretty interesting story about the guy who met the girl there. And actually, he did the first call, and it didn't like with another girl. And I thought that he will tell me that it's not, the service is not for him, and because the date went not really well. And then, but he already have a scheduled second one, and it went so well that they started communicating, and they was planning to meet somewhere outside of Ukraine, in Mexico actually, and then there's something went wrong, but he came to Ukraine, and they have an incredible time. They stay in touch every day. He met her parents, and they stay in touch, and he would like her to travel to USA. Like, we have an agent who is trying to help them with that without fiancé visa yet, but of course there's no guarantees, because that to get American visa is very difficult, but our agent is very professional, so we try our best. Let me talk a little bit more about Rocket Match.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would ask who the Rocket Match for. Rocket Match is for the guy who like to travel, who is very adventurous, who like to do stuff in different countries, struggle with language barrier sometimes, learn the culture, learn it maybe a little bit hard way, just enter the place and try to get some food, and who wants to explore the culture. He is very well traveled. He know how to do stuff, even know that in Ukraine, unfortunately, people like service people, they don't really speak English, and not all of the sites are like made in English, but like something like even in Kiev, like in subway, they say in English something. So, but he would like some help on a date. He would like to have a matchmaking. He would like to meet girls that are match his criteria, not just by the look, not by the picture, and the letter writing, of course, doesn't really tell anything. But the girl who has either like same interest, who has same views, or he doesn't really know much about Ukraine, but he wants to know where exactly he needs to date. We have different cities. I didn't count amount of cities that we have agencies at, but when I interview him, we discuss and decide with him that, okay, I think that he lives in a countryside. He doesn't really want to move to the city. So I think that Kiev is not a good option for him, but maybe, the other city will be much better for him. So I send him variety of girls from that city. If he likes somebody, then we try to arrange at least, I don't know, maybe 5 or even more dates in that particular city. In this trip, he will have to book accommodation, pay for accommodation himself. He will have to travel, and he will know where and when is his dates. Everything will be arranged. Everything will be done for him. So he will only have to find his way how to get to the place, where to stay, and etc. Of course, I can advise on this matter, but this is for the people who wants to do it themselves, or for the people who already been in Ukraine. They already know where to stay and everything else, but they still want some support and help on a date matter. So they can talk to the guys up to 15 dates on Rocket Match Plus. They can talk to some girls before they come, or they can just come and visit these girls in the different cities. I always recommend to go to at least like 2 or 3 cities. So this is about Rocket Match.
Oh yeah, I'll just add here. So I'm just reading it off the website now. But basically, one of the big problems is, and you guys that have been on like these tours probably will relate well to it as well. Well, 2 things actually I'll say here. The first one is that we do not believe in blind dates. So there are companies out there that you turn up there, they either organise the 5 or 6 dates for you. You pay 5,000, whatever you pay for that, or you go to these group things where you don't know who you're going to be meeting. This is a terrible idea. It's absolutely terrible. You should at least have some interest in the person that you're going to meet, and vice versa. Otherwise, you could just waste your trip. And we've seen this, it's just, and you feel sorry for these guys of all that money that's gone, and they're dating women that they have no interest in whatsoever. Not even just about looks, but even like interests. So we're very strong on getting matches before you leave, so that when you get over there, you're ready to go. The other one is the support. So with the course and all that stuff, the direction, all that's lifetime as well. That's the same as the solo mission. But the support that you get from your virtual wing woman is for 3 months. So it's like a month of matchmaking. Maybe you go over for like 2 or 3 weeks or whatever. Then when you come back, there's a month there as well. And you need the support afterwards. You need someone there that actually really cares. That's probably the best way to say that. On the ones that I went and asked a question afterwards. I got palmed off to like an ex-client because it was a New Zealand-based question. And the guy was from Australia, and the guy didn't answer me anyway. And that was their version of support, which was kind of devastating, thinking that you paid $5,000 for their product. So we don't want anybody to feel like that. We want to make sure that if you need anything, we are there for you, and you can just message either me or myself or both. I'm just making sure I don't miss anything here. It has Rocket Match Plus, of course. It supports multiple trips too. So if you go 1 month and then you come back and then you want to go back over to it didn't work out, or you want to go and try again, we'll support you for your second trip as well, as long as it's in that 3 months. That's pretty much it really, isn't it? That's like the nuts and bolts of it. So that one there basically is that you want someone to set up the dates, because we get guys asking us like, can you just set up dates? I can just organise my own hotel. And we say, well, yeah, this is what we've come up with now. So this is what we've come up with now. So that's for the person that can organise their own stuff. Stay in whatever hotel you want, stay in the backpackers, pitch a tent, do whatever you want, but we'll help you with the dates and the logistical side of it as well. We'll also help you plan your trip to make sure you get to the cities in the right places, whether you take a train, whether you go by car. Your virtual wing woman will help you with all of that stuff. Also, another good one too, I always tell a story, something similar to this, is that if you need something done in the background, Luba will do that for you. I've told the story about how Luba organised a limousine for me once in the background, and my girlfriend at the time thought that I was absolutely amazing being able to figure that out. But for example, she says that she likes French, she wants to go to France. You pick up on that because you're onto it, you're switched on, you're keeping an eye on everything. You can just message Luba and say, can you book a French restaurant and send some flowers there. You take the date there and you've listened that she wanted to go to France. This is the best that you can do for now. She's going to be very impressed that you did that, but more so she's going to realise that you are a competent man, like you are back in your own country. So we're just trying to put all these things together that makes your trip nice and easy. That's probably everything for that, really, isn't it? Do you think?
Yes, and now I think it's time to talk about Rocket Tour. So obviously it's my favorite one because this is actually what inspires me when I work and what I get the biggest feedback about. So soon we will post the video about. So this is not the first tour for me that I did as a wing woman, but this is first within the Heart Rocket, and as we call it, Rocket Match. So in December, me and our assistant Maria, our second wing woman, we took 2 guys on such kind of a trip. So let's a little bit talk about what it is, what it includes, who it is for, and then I will tell our experience. So Rocket Tour, it is the tour that includes absolutely everything. So of course it includes the course, it includes a Russian course that I got. Like for some of you guys who doesn't know, I create a little Russian course that you can get separately or you can get with our packages. So you get the Russian course, you get the course, you have assistant wing woman, but this time it's not virtual. So this is an assistant who goes actually with you on this trip. Accommodations are included, transportation is included. We only stay in 4+5 stars hotels. We travel by plane if it is longer than 3 hours and if the cities allow the air transportation, or we travel by comfortable cars. In winter, I will tell you about one accident that happened, and so we have to travel by train, but actually this was train that was pretty luxury. It was seating, it has a restaurant, so it was comfortable. So everything is included. This is for the guys who want to concentrate on dating. They want to come and they want to travel, they want to experience, but they don't want to do it by themselves. They want to have somebody who is from this country and who will inspire them and who will show them around and will do anything they want according, do they want to go to a war museum? They want to find some antique cars. They want to do maybe something that is according to your, somebody want to visit churches, and etc., etc. So everything on this trip is done individually for you. And of course you do dating as well. There's also 15 dates included. Usually we travel to 2 or 3 cities as well. This is the type of trip that you need to relax. Every morning you get some Russian class, and our guys were really enjoying that very much. They struggled, it was difficult, but every morning, no matter are we taking the ride or something, we was doing the Russian class. And you have a schedule, you know which ladies you meet, you have it printed, you know information about them. If you have some other extra questions, I can always on place ask and get back to you. If you need anything, it can be done because we are there, and it's easier than me doing that online. Of course, everything is arranged. If you want, one of the guys, he liked golf very much, and it was still kind of lockdown then, but I found a place that opened just for us, and we went there, and it was incredible. It was mini golf, but it was so good, and he really have a good time. So anything you want, excursions, tours, experience, different food, wine tasting, anything that you would imagine about extremely super cool trip, you will get with this one. Plus If you have some medical issues, or like you want to fix your teeth, for example, or you need to do something with your skin, or you want to do some checkup, also during this trip we can do it, and I can help you to get the doctor even in different cities rather than, for example, Odessa. I'm not really helping on this matter with another trips, because with other tours, because if you're in Odessa, I can recommend you where to go.
Name is
But
Rocket
usually,
Match.
with Rocket Match, yeah, it's difficult when you're in a different city to make sure that the doctor understands you exactly, or on phone doing that. But if I'm with you, I can easily go to the doctor. We can visit like 3 doctors, and I have a guy coming on Tuesday, and we're gonna like he has an issue. We will share about this a little bit later. But like I already before he came, I already have 3 appointments, and we're going to different doctors to collect the opinions, and then we will make a decision what we're actually gonna do. So if you have anything that you want to do in Ukraine, it's possible to do with the rocket tour. It is made for 6, 8, or 10 days. It's up to you. You of course can come longer. You can stay for 2 weeks, or you can stay whatever. But the assistant on offline will be with you for the amount of days that you choose. But if, for example, you come for 2 weeks and you choose like 6 days tour, then for the rest of the days she will be with you virtually online. Uh, did I miss something?
Yeah, I'll just say there, like, so of course that includes everything from the other 2 ones as well. So again, it's a 3 months support as well. So like, we're here for those 3 months. When you do your tour, when you do your trip, and you choose a 10-day one, the woman will be with you every step of the way. Now, we want people to think of this 10 days as that's not the whole thing. Like, if you can come for longer, so that these 10 days, by the end of these 10 days, you'll be more acclimated, I suppose, to Ukraine. And you would have already met these ladies. So it's better to stay a little bit longer. So don't think that you've got to meet all these ladies in these 10 days and then that's it. The 10 days is just for introductions. You may decide to go back to one city, or maybe you cancel some dates to go to another one. So everything can be changed and arranged. So don't think that if you choose a 6-day or an 8-day or a 10-day, that's it, you've got to get everything done then. It's not. It's really just so someone is with you to help vet these ladies and pick up on any bullshit. If they're not serious or anything like that, then Luba will be able to pick up on all of those things, as opposed to doing it by yourself. And I know how Luba is when she's on these dates. She's pretty good. And I'll just say that.
Yeah, I just realized that, yes, I can do it online. Of course, I can support you, I can help you. But like when I'm actually there, I can pick up so much things. And I'm not saying that to describe like how good am I. No, I'm just saying like from the fact. And like even we have a situation with a guy, we were walking, and it was the last day that he was seeing this lady, and he really, really liked her. And so we was walking by, and there was a flower shop around the corner. So he haven't seen it, but I thought, wow, how cool it will be, like if he get her flowers right before they leave, and like because he was leaving the next morning early. So I just tick him, and I say, there. And so he went and he get it, and she said, oh, where did he go? And I played cool. I didn't say that, oh, I told him to get flowers. I said, oh, I have no idea. He just said that he need to go somewhere for a second. When he came with the flowers, she was absolutely speechless. She was like, what? Like, how did you find it? Like, and for her it was impressive, because for the ladies, I always talk to the ladies. I believe me, I always say to the ladies that you can't expect from the guys to be the same as he's in his country. It is very difficult, because he doesn't know the language. He doesn't know where to go. He can have some ideas. But to ask the lady to arrange like golf, she may know that if she work in the industry of like searching something, or she may have no idea what does it mean. And for example, in Dnipro, the guys, it was kind of like cold, and it like not much places were open. They wanted to go bowling, but later, and so they already been at the restaurant. And then I found a place like a private cinema just for them. So it's like for 6 seats, but you can rent it just for 2 of you, and they have an incredible date watching the movie. That you can choose. It can be English movie with Russian subtitles, right? Russian movie with English subtitles, any kind of movie, any kind of language. And they have a they have some drinks there, and they was watching the movie in this private. So I can arrange all that while I'm there. It's much more easier, and also the experience that they get with the Russian, with the practicing Russian, and with the people who are willing to introduce them to the country. So this is about Rocket Tour.
You missed a couple of things, but so yeah, and I know you said the transport. Basically, the idea is we take care of everything. You don't have to keep buying things, and when you're over there buying tickets for the train and buying tickets for whatever. The only thing you really have to pay for is your dates, and I guess whatever, if you buy flowers or whatever, something like that. The rest of it, for the most part, is taken care of. So Libra will just sort that out. Here it's got. So one thing we've always pushed, like as far back as I can remember, is that you should experience Ukraine and have this amazing experience there. That when you get back home, you can't wait to come back. Guys that come over and they just date and it doesn't work out with you, they think, oh, screw this. I thought Ukrainian women were supposed to be serious. I thought that I was going to do better or whatever. You lose that drive and that motivation. Guys become quite bitter. But if you go over there, you go and see. What if you're into war museums? You go and see these amazing Soviet museums and things like that. You have a great time. You're always laughing. Luba told me on this last trip that they laughed for 80% of the time. So Luba and I, we like to think that we're quite fun to hang out with. And people that hang out with us seem to be smiling quite a bit. And we want people to feel that way. We want people to, when we're with them, to be laughing, having a good time. Not I remember on my first one, I lose track of the times that I was sitting there with my translator, man, this is so shit. This is not what I thought. And it was horrible. And if any of our clients ever felt like that, then we would have failed what we started out to do. So it's important that everybody has a good time. And Luba's always keeping the guys running and making them, let's go. Right, we're going to walk this way. We're not getting a taxi. We're going to walk today, and we're going to see some sites and things like that. So she keeps the spirits up, which is really good. And that's it's kind of like a core value, I guess, of ours, is to make sure everybody's always feeling good at all times. The best that we can. Because things will go wrong. There will be a lady that you liked and she didn't return your text message or whatever. And so it's important to keep good spirits and look at it in the whole macro of what we're actually trying to achieve, as opposed to the micro, which is just one little thing that went wrong. So that's why we say to experience Ukraine. Love it and just can't wait to come back. Luba says every morning they do these language lessons. I've seen videos of it. It's pretty cool. Plus you also get, and we wondered whether or not we would put this in here, but we've had quite a few guys buy this, which is we have a stylist consultant who helps the guys with their styles, with their style. Basically, they do it over Skype, and he will show what he was going to wear. She might even get him to put it on. And she'll say, you can't wear that. That looks ridiculous. You can't, you need to change that out. You need to take that. And she'll write and make a book that says, with the items of clothes that I say is fine, you need to buy 3 shirts and a tie and a belt, and you can make so many outfits with it. So, because most guys, including myself, believe it or not, sometimes get a little bit lost with that stuff. So they need a bit of help. So we've thrown that in there because obviously we want you to look good when you are there. And the other thing you'll get is you get a SIM card as well. We'll put a SIM card in when we meet you, and we'll load you up with the apps that you need. Not too many, just some communications and a few bits and pieces. And it's flexible.
Yeah, and what was good, and here's my favorite guy, one of. The good thing was that we discussed dates and everything in the morning and at night. So we discussed, we discussed how the day went, and we discussed what was the problems, what was the concerns. We discussed what the wing woman actually seen, because we were there with Maria, even if the lady speaks English. So basically, if the lady speaks English, we can sit there for an hour, then we can leave somewhere, and then we can return. But it was so much helpful for the guys. Just prove me. Tell that I'm right about that, because they don't know because the girl is smiling, the girl is laughing, and the dates were different. The dates can be very different. Some dates the guy just can't wait until it will be gone. She looks good, like everything is fine, but she's just not what he's looking for. And for the good guy, like it's very difficult to say, oh, goodbye, like I want to finish. But we come up with some keywords that help us to finish the date. And for this one, it was popcorn. So when it was time to cook a popcorn to watch the movie, it was the time to end the meeting. And this is the key. This is like what helps you. And also sometimes, because like you still have limited amount of days, and I went on an 8-day tour. So you have 3 dates per day, or even 4. So it's pretty tough, like to get, and for the guy, like to control it itself, it's difficult. But if we are there, so we know that, you can just tell that he has a call or we need to go. So for me, it's easier to finish this date than for the guy to apologize, because I try to cut the questions like, you have other dates. We have this issue as well, but I don't feel it like when the girl asking, you have another ladies, how many ladies you have? But I have to protect the guys in this matter, and I have to talk. But it sounds different if I tell to the lady that, listen, yes, he came to date, but it doesn't mean that he's not serious if he's going on another date. But when the guys say that, it means that, he's not serious, I'm not going to go with him again or something. And the guy feel guilty and the guy feel bad. So this is what we are about. And the next tour, so how it will work.
Can I just add something in there? I just thought of something. So one of our jobs is, and it's a very important job, probably right up there, probably up there, I'd say, at the top, is that the ladies that you're going to meet, we've got 2 sort of things that we really have to focus on here. And there's a lot of things that we would love to focus on, but we simply can't. And I know a lot of other agencies tell you that they do, and that's bullshit. We make sure that the lady that you're meeting has a genuine interest, and that's actually 3 things, a genuine interest in you. So she's not going to be coming to see you for any restaurant scams or money back or anything like that. But that's the other one, that she's not a scammer. So she would only come and see you if she has a genuine interest to get to know you. That's not to say that she's madly in love with you already, or that she is dying to meet you more than any other man ever. She's open to it. Like, so she likes the sound of what you do, your lifestyle, where you're from, how you look, and she likes that, and she's open to meeting you, okay? And the other thing is that she looks like the photo. Now, as much as we can make people look like photos in this day and age with Instagram and these one button, completely change how your face looks type apps, we try our best to make sure that she looks as close to real life as that photo. Now, some of the agencies, like, it's difficult to do that because they don't have an up-to-date photo or whatever, but we try our best to do that. And if we can't do it, we'll let you know and we'll say that, it's difficult or whatever. And you can make a decision as to whether you want to or not, and we can advise you if it seems a little bit dodgy. If she doesn't want to show a real photo, maybe she's a lot older now or something like that. When it comes to screening ladies, like, is she crazy? Is she a bitch? Is she selfish? Or anything like that? We can't tell you that. You're going to have to figure that out when you go on the date. That's the only way that it is. I mean, we can match.
It's interesting to figure it out together. Like, honestly, exactly. It was there. I would not lie. Even though, like, what was my goal is to introduce guy to the lady that he choose, that is legit, that is looking for international relationship, that is serious. But of course, to know the level of your craziness, it's impossible. Like, for one lady, it was so ridiculous. Like, she was not just a stalker. She just barely, like, I don't know. She really, like, so she really wants to get married. Like, and so much that if any of you guys want to get married tomorrow, I will give you her phone number. She was extremely beautiful. She's, I think, 47 maybe or something. Like, she dark hair, good figure, like, very nice, really very, very nice lady. But her burning desire to find a man and just put him in her cage, okay, like, it was just incredible. It was incredible. And so the guy was sitting there, but she said, let's go take pictures. And we went during the Christmas time, so it was very nice decorated. It was very nice. She was all over him, and it was not in a bad way. So she was not a scammer, she was not, but she really liked him so much. And unfortunately, like, he was not that much interested. Not just, I don't know, maybe because she was like too available. I know that the guys don't really like it. So, but she was like holding his hand, hugging, like, let's do the picture, let me see it like this, let me see it like that. And so it was so like, it's so, but it's also experience, because he knows that, these kind of ladies are also there, like it, and these ladies are just very different. And it can be, someone was very beachy, she was calm, and she said that, she was beautiful, she was legit, but she said that I want this and that in my man, and if there's none, I don't think that I'm interested.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
You,
goodbye. Like,
it's like the one where she's like really clingy and really, I guess, needy. It's all about the dynamics between two people, because for one man, he may like that. He may need that in his life. He craves it, and he loves this attention from a lady who's going to brush his hair or, really look after him. But for another man, it's not. And the only way you're going to be able to figure these things out is by it's time, spending time together. The more time you spend, the more you're going to be able to figure out some of those things. There was actually another one, and it was that you told me about, and it was the lady, everything was good, and it was going really well. Then all of a sudden, she started to like trail off into like this story of the Illuminati or something, right?
oh my God, maybe you want to share this story. Yes, like
you don't have to share the whole story, but I was also going to say, like, I've also had the exact same weird conversation about the Illuminati with a woman that I found very attractive as well. But for some guy who actually this one went quite religious on it, whereas I'm not very religious at all. But for some guy, she'd be perfect for it. A guy that was really religious, that got right into this stuff, should be perfect. So there's no way that you can screen for these things. And if any agency is telling you that we screen the ladies, it's not true, man. Like, you have to go and do it yourself. You have to figure it out. You have to feel this person. You have to actually be there, see how she treats you, other people, see how she dressed. Did she bother to dress up on the date? Like, we can't tell you that she's going to come looking stunning. She might turn up in old clothes from just finishing doing the gardening. We don't know these things, okay? So you just have to do it, try and see how it goes. But Luba's always, or Maria will be with you every step of the way anyway. That's pretty much, I think, I wanted to say on that. Just wanted to make sure that that people aren't thinking that we're going. We've got truckloads of like hot ladies, and they're perfect, absolutely perfect. But it's the same for the guys as well. Like, we always think that we are choosing them. I just saw a comment in here, and it's like, do you get to see the ladies, or do you do the matchmaking, or do you just choose them from a bunch of profiles? We do the matchmaking because choosing them from a bunch of profiles isn't going to do anything. Yes, some of these large companies let you do that, but that's because they're scamming you, and they get the girls or the agencies get money for it. If you go to the most beautiful woman and you choose 10, number 10, number 9, number 10s, there's a good chance, if I did that, there's a good chance I'll get no matches. So there's no point in doing that. So there has to be a lot of backwards and forwards, a lot of trying to work it out and getting all the pieces to fit. Hopefully get you the 15 dates before you go over there, but maybe there's some that's still going when you're over there. And we just have to work it that way. But it's very transparent. There's no under the table things. There's no girls getting paid. There's nothing like this. Okay, so it's and there's no letter writing. It is what it is. We can't guarantee that. I mean, you might choose 50 ladies that are like way out of your league. They're like 10s. They're like the models, and you get no matches. And then you have to like refine it, and we have to think, well, why is that happening? And we work through that until we can get some actual decent matches. So, but we can't. There's no guarantees, but we definitely.
But like, and it's not really about the guarantee. But for example, sometimes the guy get like, he liked the lady because of her look, for example. And for him on the first date, it's very difficult to get. And it happened like within this trip as well. So even though I was working with one guy and Maria was working with another, like, we always try to book dates in the same place, like different floors or different corners. But at the end, like, if the dates went well, or if it is a second date, we can even like come together and have like double date. That was kind of like interesting, and ladies feel more comfortable. And we went to museum, and we went with our other guy who was in Kiev at that time with his girlfriend. So it was pretty interesting experience to see how the girl interact with another lady, because I think the most important is that because you are so limited in time that you can actually be in Ukraine and meet with this lady, you have to experience as much as you can different things. You have to experience some excitement, some romantic, some calm, some music, some dance, some karaoke, some bowling, some teamwork, to just experience and see how she is. Because I remember I told you the story about the escape room when the girl was so dummy that she was like, just, like has such an attitude to everything, that everything is bad, this doesn't work. And like with these guys, for example, they went to golf and the guy is like really, really a good golfer, is the right word. But the lady was even like beating him on some point, and it was so cool to see how they do it together, how they was like doing this teamwork to make it work. So this is about emotions. This is about all sorts of adventures and experience. So this is about Rocket Tour that I am extremely excited about because I see such a great result. I was going to read this message.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good. Go.
I was going to say something. What were we just talking about then?
About experience and adventures and doing some different kind of cool stuff together to learn each other better.
I was going to say, like, when it comes to that initial reaction with the man and the woman, the man knows, like, within a few minutes. Like, some people say straight away, some people say 5 minutes, whether or not he wants to basically have sex with the woman, right? That's what's going to come down to. But that can diminish over time. Like if she opens her mouth and she's a complete bitch, sometimes it's like, I'm just not interested anymore. And they try and like say, when does a woman decide whether or not she likes a man? And I think it's a very long it can be a very long process. But I think the way to think about that is she'll know within about 5 minutes if she will never have sex with you. Okay, it's not like she'll know in 5 minutes whether she wants to have sex with you. She'll know about maybe even a few minutes, depending on how it goes. And she'll be, I will never have sex with this guy ever, no matter what. If she doesn't think that, we've got a shot. or over time, like she may come around and she's like, well, this guy is actually pretty cool, everything. And the attraction for her, because the attraction is different for the man and the woman, right? They're very visual. Whereas women need a little bit more. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
David Braxton. Hello to you both. Great information and perspective. I was wondering, are there many ladies over 50 that are attractive in Ukraine? I wish to travel there, probably with your assistance. Thank you. David, Striker knows my weakness to the guy. Like there is a lot of ladies, beautiful ladies, even who speaks English, over 50. I absolutely adore working with the guys who are looking for, realistic, reasonable age gap, and who are looking even for the ladies after like 50 or like after like 45 plus. I absolutely adore it because I see such a great result. If I would work with the guys who are like, and I think that we are coming to that, like we would have such a big and high success rate, and I'm so excited about that. Yes, there are a lot of ladies and they're lovely, they're caring, they're exactly what we call traditional ladies that represent Ukraine in the best way. So yes, we do.
I was going to say, like, even in that age of 40, like Luba was like, when Luba sees like a star, something, she always sends that to me, or a video or something, or when they're on a date. And like there's one, and she was like teaching, I think like kids to like dance. I don't know what kind of dance it was, but she was like 50 or late 40s.
We was like shocked.
Yeah, she was 60, and she was like dancing like.
We on the pictures at the beginning, and the guy said, "But there's like it's a bullshit. Like there is no way." And so I asked the agency to send me video, like some kind of like short video, and they sent me video from her class. I was sitting there, and I thought, I dream to look like that when I will be sitting. Like it's incredible, like the way like flexible she is, the way like she looks, like perfect.
And it's not, like, I mean, 60 is really old, and it's like a lot of guys would be like, well, if I was 60, I would want someone who's like in the 40s or 50s. But I mean, this woman looked better than most women would at the age of 50 or even 45 in some cases. So there's don't focus too much on the age. I know it's difficult because guys want to have like a younger lady. They always go for this 10-year thing. Some people try to push it out, or they say my friends did 22 years. Our thoughts on that. They never seem to last more than sort of a few years, 5 years, 6 years, and then they end, and it's heartbreaking to see these guys go back into the dating market. So one thing I was going to say, I'll say that in a minute. So just try and focus on good-looking, thin, healthy ladies as opposed to age.
About thin, like I would agree and disagree, because I see the guys like if she's like anorexia thin, it's not.
Well, not that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we don't have like giant ladies. We don't have this like
no,
we do,
yeah.
but they're not the agency, obviously. And there, but there I see that, thank you so much, guys. I didn't expect so many guys to follow today. But
If you guys are liking this video and you want to see more streams, because sometimes we sort of, should we do it? I don't know. Can you like the video, and then it helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. But lets us know that you enjoy these videos.
yeah, I would like to. I forgot what I was going to say. I would like to say there's a lot of new guys, and one of the guys I missed it already. So our website is www.heartrocket.com, and if you would like to talk to us before you get any packages, of course you should book a call, because like all the information about the tours, about these packages that we have, pricing, you will see on our website. And for the first Solon package, you can just go online and get it. For the rocket match and rocket tour, like you need to send application form, and we will contact you to
Yeah,
see, like, yeah,
yeah.
because like we're not gonna is there something that you will say?
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, we have to do an application because we have to make sure that we can help you. So like if you was, I mean, we have calls from all walks of life. Sometimes we get guys like from who expect said it a few times now. One just last week before last would like the lady to change her religion to Muslim and things like that. Whereas, I mean, sure, we could take your money. Any other agency will take your money and go, yeah, good luck. We don't feel comfortable doing that. And as always, we tell people straight up, it's like, you may have some success. We don't want to tell you that you can't, but we will tell you that we don't feel that we can help you. So we will say that. So that's why I have to fill that out. But for the solo mission, anyone can do that. You can just buy it, sign up for it, and we'll help you on that sort of stuff. I'll just say here, if you're unsure and you want to talk to us first, we do consultations. And even if you just want to ask us about, you're dating a lady, you're unsure, you're talking to someone online, you want us to go and do some research, we have another product for that one. But just anything in general, and we can advise you which way to go. You may decide not to go with us, and that's happened in the past, and then they go somewhere else, and we still support them at another company, and that's fine as well. Then another one is a consultation. Plus, we go and research a profile or profiles online. We do a lot of these. People email us and say, "Can you please see if this lady is legit? She's from this agency," and we go and we find her on other places. We find her on Instagram, we find her real Instagram handle, and we present that back to you so you can then make a decision. So if you go to the consultation page, you'll see there's 2 types of consultations you can do.
And also, I didn't mention that in Rocket Tour that all the pickups, like if, for example, you arrive, like this happened with these guys, like you arrive to the city and the wing women are like, you always will have basically pickup too, and from the airport. Also, insurance will be included in Rocket Match and Rocket Tour, that you don't have to worry, and all the updated travel information also will be provided because they change it pretty often. So everything that you will need to know, you will be online with me, and I will always reply to you all these questions. Yes, so as we can say, like our website is www.heartrocket.com. All the information is there, all the packages. I truly believe that over the years, and you know that I've been working for all of these big companies, the Heart Rocket course is something that all of you need to get. Like it's the same as like it will be your favorite book, it will be your like something that will change your life and will save you so much money. And me and Striker, yes, like we of course will be happy if you will join us and we will accept you and you will be on the board of Heart Rocket. But even if you're doing something else, course is something that you must do for your own security, for your own safeness, and to make less mistakes. So yeah, if you have any more questions, just let us know. We will be here for the next few minutes. And thank you very much for everybody who joined today. So over the next,
it's been great. I think this has been the most in, I think, is it? I don't know, maybe.
I want to say about the tours also, like the last thing, that tours will be done not often. Like this is something that I need to say that because last year I didn't want to do them at all. I'm going to do them, but it will be very planned and it takes a lot of time to make the tour like perfect. So the next tour that we're going to do will be in March or early April when it's getting warmer. And after that, probably the next one will be at the beginning of June. So if you're wondering about the tour, if you want to know more, if you want to get ready, please give us a call on the website hardturkey.com. There is a consultation button. Just book a call and we will gladly tell you all about that. And we'll go from there. So it's time to do some changes. We was talking to the guy from LA recently, and he said that in May, he said everything will be gone, like COVID will be gone. And I say, are you sure? He said, yes, I'm sure. I don't know,
Yeah,
like, but he was so confident that I want to believe him.
like you can still travel. I just recently did a little bit of traveling, and as you can see from my face, I look like an old leather glove with my tan. But we just come back. And you can still travel, and we had no problem coming through the airport or anything like that. So, yeah, don't. What's
Go
that?
ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, don't put all your faith in saying in June I'm coming because it will definitely be over. Make a plan that's that's going to work regardless of the situation.
I wanted to say that we did a video that I think is pretty good and important for you guys to watch. Is like dating during pandemic. I don't know, probably we can't put the link now, but anyway, just go to our channel. I'm with Cupid, Heart Rocket, and watch this video. It's actually very, very interesting because even though it was lockdown of the weekend, it was lockdown of this and that, in December, like it was shocking, but we have 6 guys. 2 was with me on the rocket tour, and 4 other guys were just in Ukraine. And I collect, because I've been in touch with them, so I collect all the information that they told me about their dates. I'm telling you guys, like it's much better than in the times when it was not, because now people are really looking for true connection. Now they're really looking for that relationship. They don't care about fancy restaurant. They don't care about where they're going to meet. They just want to meet the right person. And I think that pandemic ruined a lot of things. Yes, they ruined a lot of businesses and a lot of like things happening, and people have different opinions. Somebody say that it is political games, blah, blah, blah. But it helps a lot. People become much more, I think people value each other much more at the moment. So strike your right. Like if you want to do it, just do it. Yes, I probably would not recommend you to come in February because it can be a little bit tricky. Even though we have a guy who is coming on Wednesday, but he already met a lady and he really wants to spend time with her. But still, just plan your trip and come. I think it's the best. Like the best time is now.
So that this is actually quite we get quite a sort of a common. A lot of people ask this question basically. That they're going to wait until they're coming over before they contact us. You can contact us at any time, but you're best to do it before you have any plans in your head, because we'll put down a plan for you. And once we know who you are, where you're from, how old you are, what your plans are, you're going to retire, or what you're actually looking for, we can then say we should probably go to this city. You should avoid Kiev, avoid Odessa. This one here is going to be good for you. Go to this place here, and put a plan in place well before so that you can think about it. You don't have to start doing any matchmaking until you're going to go. We wouldn't do that anyway because it's pointless. But to put a plan in place, you could do it 6 months before, a year before. I mean, a lot of guys that we've spoken to are saying I'm coming over like next year after COVID. So I laugh about as soon as COVID is finished, there's going to be so many guys that we've had calls with either join us or come over. So there's going to be a massive influx. Okay. That's a good question. How bad is COVID at the present time? Has it changed foreign dating behaviour? Yes. When it comes to what you think Ukraine dating is, it's changed that. And because a lot of people, what people think Ukraine dating is mostly scams. Like it's mostly these socials. It's these women taking you to dates on these to these restaurants. Yes. In fact, we saw a very famous fixer, didn't we, today? If you guys know what the fixer is, if you don't, we've got another video. We saw a famous fixer today on Instagram, and she's no longer a fixer. She's no longer going out to the restaurants. She now is doing some real estate thing or something. Just
She
something
used
like
to be real estate as well. She used to be. She has become more.
Yeah, well, obviously she can't now because there's no restaurants. So all these scammers and things can't do that anymore. The group tours, I don't know how they're sort of going to get about. I mean, you're cramming like 20 guys and a couple of hundred ladies into a room. So you can't have big things like that. So it's changed that. So I think the companies will adapt because we don't do group tours. not because we can't, but because we think that they're absolutely ridiculous and the success rates are really small, and it's just a big headache. It makes a lot of money, but I don't think that it's a very good way to make money. I think
I wanted to quickly say there where I seen it. No, I'm not. I'm going now. I think the Biden mean will return to wait times to normal. So K1 visa, we just got one couple approved. It was ridiculous amount of months to wait. So it was 8.5 months, but they got it. They applied in back in April, and they got it a few days ago. So we really were worried about that, and I was kind of thinking that, oh my God, maybe they will have to, I don't know, like apply again or something. But finally, we got it. It takes longer, but yes, everything is possible if you're dating somebody and you thinking like to, because we did a call yesterday with a guy who said, oh, I want to come for the third time, I want to propose, blah blah. I think that we give him pretty valuable advice, because he was like, really, this and that. So it's important, just give us a call and we will.
there was a few red flags there, and we sort of pointed them out. And I think that hopefully that he readdresses what he was going to do. And we gave him some advice on his next trip of how to kind of vet that out before getting down on one knee at the start. Hopefully we hear back from him and everything went okay. Docker, do you need to do the course before planning? Yeah. If you want to do it properly, yes. Otherwise, you do the course and you'll be like, what the hell did I do this for? It's wrong. So I would recommend that for sure.
And also, the guy was asking like how much before the trip he should talk to us. It's the same with the course, like as early as possible. If you're already thinking, if you think that you will come in 2022, then probably it's too early. But if you're thinking about coming in 2021, better give us a call, because depends on where where you're from, what you do, and etc. etc. I will advise you when to come, even like where to go, and so you at least will put some plan together. Even like you can't travel like in this month or next month, but still you will at least have an idea, because maybe you need to do something. Maybe you need to I recommend you to whatever, many things can I can recommend you. So it's better to prepare, to do the call, to buy the course and get ready for that. Of course, like I would recommend maybe 2 months before your actual arrival, but call anytime.
This one here, Gurhan. Yeah, this is a big problem with the photos. We did speak about it at the start. Maybe perhaps you didn't hear it. It is a big problem, and not only just being 10 years old, Photoshop to shit. You know, I was actually laughing the other day with Lou. I was saying, because I've been using Photoshop in my work since like 2004. You know, that's how well I know Photoshop. So I knew that Photoshop could do some pretty wicked stuff. So I could pick it quite easily. A lot of people can't. Now, with new technology, like, like Facetune and some of these other ones, you can almost completely replace the woman's face with slight features. And I know people on Instagram that do this, and I know what they really look like. And so now it's sort of come into the mainstream that people can alter the photos so drastically, right? So we do work with one agency, and she been doing this for years. She also heavily photoshops the photos, and when she was going to go load them into Rocket Match, we said, you can't put those in there. You need to go back to your photographer and ask for the original photos, undoctored, unphotoshopped, and load those in. And she did. They went and got the originals and they load them in. And I think they actually look better, because otherwise you've got this like weird smooth skin, and their nose is like smoothed out and all that sort of stuff. So we do, to answer the question, if we see the photo looks off, we go back to the agency and we say, get a recent photo. If for some reason, which I don't think has happened yet, the agency says I can't, then we basically say, well, there's a reason for that, and we try and find that out. Or we go back to the guy and say, look, for some reason we can't get one. We think it's a red flag. I would walk away from this one. She could be a draw card that you have chosen. So we are there. We're not going to try and...
I also want to stop for a second. We have a guy from UK. There was the question about how long it takes. So their story was actually very interesting. They apply while he was in Ukraine. He stayed here for 2 or 3 weeks. So as soon as he get back, I think that their visa application took only 4 or 5 weeks. I don't remember exactly, but it was extremely fast. And UK visa, like K1 visa, was usually much longer to wait than US visa. So it was back in December. They got it, and the lady already in London. So it's very cute. Yes, so it happened very fast. They was really shocked because he just left, and then he wanted to go back with her to them, but no, he wanted just to see her again because she actually get the visa just in her passport. So yes, so we never know. Like you never know how fast or how but or how long it can take. But we definitely recommend, and when we talk with the guys, we recommend trustworthy service for the visa, American visa, that help you, that responsible, like some percentage responsible about what they're doing about your application. They check everything, and at least when you send it, because like if these guys would do the visa by themselves 8.5 months. Imagine if they say, "Oh, this tax W-2 form is missed." You fucked. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
you like that. That's all. Because like you can't. Like you have to wait another 8 months. But with this company, you at least know that everything is correct.
With this one here that Ernie says, we cover this in the course. If you guys are wondering and you think you're going to get stuck, we cover how to get around the transportation, the apps, and that sort of stuff. So, in case you're worried about it and you're thinking about doing the course, this stuff gives you all that information as well. I just saw one here, which was this one. How easy it to move to Ukraine and buy a property there. You should stay tuned for the new channel that's coming out with the two people are doing it. But stay tuned.
People like this, they kind of decide something new. So
Yeah,
follow
well,
us.
there's benefits, like Monk says, why buy property there, just rent. There's benefits of buying property here. If you're just going to come over, it is quite cheap to rent, but things with property, like you can actually get a visa by investment, and it's only 100 grand, which is not that much if you think about what property costs in other countries. There are other ways of doing it as well, so I know some of them, haven't done some of it myself, so you get a lot of questions about it. But yeah, okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. Hopefully that's cleared anything up. If it's not clear, send us an email and we'll try and clear it up for you guys. But it's basically 3 different types of guys, so ask yourself, what type are you?
Yes, and come to Ukraine. If you have any concerns, any worries, anything, trust us. We're not gonna push you like, no, just come now. We have no intentions in that, and we was not doing that. But like when when the lockdown just started, and like some other company was pushing hard, of course people were panicking. Like we didn't want to push you on coming, but at the moment everything works. Yes, you wear the mask, and then you take off the mask, and then like we went out the other night. Remember before vacation, like I was shocked. Like it was so packed. It was so packed.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like for me it was like, to be honest, it was a little bit uncomfortable, even because it was like the restaurant was like it's a roof restaurant. It's like so crowded, but people are doing that. People are traveling. People are enjoying their life, because if you don't enjoy it now, then when? And like we don't have to put our like this circumstance around us to stop us from leaving.
Yeah, when we're traveling to Ukraine, it is open. Like we just went away and got back on like Wednesday. And then when they checked my documents, they said, "Where's your insurance?" Because I've got a foreign passport, even though I have Ukrainian documents. And I said, "Well, insurance." And I saw, and then I had my travel insurance, which has got nothing to do with anything. And I just said, "I've got this," knowing that they're going to tell me to get lost. The guy picks it up like this, and he just goes, stamps and goes through. So it's not really taken seriously. It's not like it's so serious, like maybe like UK, where it's like they're going to really crack down. I'm not saying that they won't in the future, but they have come out and said that they will not close the borders again. The reason, and this is what they said, the reasons that they did close the borders in the first place was to stop the virus from getting in. The virus is already in. So now and they've actually said this, that it seems pointless to close them because it's already in. So, and I just don't think that they can. I just think that there's just be too much. Like they had some protests in Kiev when they shut down for this lockdown here, and the cops all came in. They thought it was going to be another Maidan revolution and all sorts of stuff. So I don't know. They have to be careful about how they do this. I think otherwise it could be, people here have short fuses.
Dear Darren, I wanna message to this guy from Australia. We know you for so long already. It's such a shame that you can't travel. And we truly wish that you can, the Australia will open up their borders soon, and we are so much waiting for you here, because Like, you are adorable, you're an awesome guy, and I hope that, you know, soon you will achieve to this destination called Ukraine.
You know, it's. I keep saying, like, you know, like, because New Zealand's like, they've shut everything. They're in this little box. I think now they can travel to Australia. I think they've said no one's leaving. So, but the thing is that I saw the other day, which I kind of imagine everyone's sort of locked in their houses, but they weren't. There was a big music festival, and all my friends were like dancing at like they always had this like the music festival month, and one we used to go to, and they're all dancing in this massive music festival. I was thinking, really, they really have shut themselves off, but not closed themselves down. They've shut themselves off so they can do whatever they want. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how they've dealt with it, I suppose. And I don't know if it's good for the economy, but we'll see in the future.
It is very interesting day tomorrow. Oh no, in 2 days, on 19th. So maybe some of you knows that it is like it's called like baptized, when the holy water, when kind of all the water is holy and you will not get sick. You should just go and jump into ocean, into river, into lake. And it is a big in Ukraine. If you ever talk to any Ukrainian lady or just check it, just worry how it's called in English. But it like baptized holy, like when the water is holy, just check it. And so everybody will go to the beach and everybody will jump into the water. I'm not, but like they will get naked. And now in Ukraine, if you follow from the beginning, I told that it is 10 Fahrenheit, so it's -12, and it feels like -6 Fahrenheit, that is like -21. So, but everybody still, not everybody, but a lot of people just still doing it. It's a big thing. It was funny that they posed that they will try to do it like with the quarantine measurements. And I was thinking, how can you do it? Like, people have to have like they jumping into the like frozen water, but they still keeping it like you need to keep distance. So, guys, it's we never would push you on any opinion about the COVID. We not argue about that. We absolutely agree about everybody, people who wants to do vaccine, who doesn't want to do vaccine, who has to do vaccine. We absolutely tolerate everything. But one thing that we would like you to do is just to live your life and enjoy it as much as you can these days.
Yes. Okay. On that note, we've been going for an hour. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Just 1 second. Let me check how the holiday goes. Baptism, yeah. It goes baptism. Just check it online. You will enjoy it. A lot of crazy Ukrainians are doing that. Guys, thank you so much. It's incredible. Like, we have so much viewers today, and so many people stay till the end. Thank you for your patience. We hope that we answer some of your questions. And if you have more, you want to do some private questions, just give us a call or send us an email. We will gladly do it. We will come back with new videos soon. And our live videos will come up from time to time on Sundays. We're happy to see you. We hope that all of you are staying healthy and happy, and we see you soon in Ukraine.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.